All right, hi, my name is Troy Jacobson and welcome to this On the Road ride. Today we're here at Red Rock Canyon in Nevada and we're outside of Las Vegas, really cool area. And we've got an awesome ride for you today. This ride's gonna give you a lot of opportunity to ride tempo up the hill, to do some pace line work, and even some fast descents. With me today are some really strong riders too, so you're gonna learn from their style, their technique, and get a lot out of it. So make sure your water bottles are full, make sure your heart rate monitor's on or your power meter's ready, and let's go riding. Okay, here we go. We're heading out on the ride. We have a good solid 50-some minutes on the bike. Lots of rolling terrain today. This is going to be a really good ride. So let's start off just getting ourselves loose with your small chain ring on the front, around your 15 on the back, as we cruise along out here and right outside of Las Vegas. It's a hot, sort of windy day. What a beautiful day, though. Look at that scenery, that sunshine. We're going to ride the Red Rock Loop. What a beautiful loop. We do training camps out here, and of course a lot of cyclists come out here to ride and sightsee. A really great place to vacation. And after you've done your ride, of course, you can always head down to the Strip and have a good time with the nightlife down there. But I know a lot of cyclists who won't do that and will just go to bed early so they can get up and ride early in the morning. But we're riding here with a lot of the Lifetime Fitness Cycle Club members. Really strong cycling club here in Summerlin. And the leader of that club is a guy named Pat Trickle. He does a fantastic job. So if you're ever in town and you're looking for a ride, contact Pat at Lifetime and he will hook you up. And you guys will go out for some really nice rides, probably including this one. You can actually see the Red Rock Loop up ahead. And as you can see right now, we're descending. So I want you in your small chain ring on the front. Let's get that cadence up around 90 to 100 RPMs. We're just really getting loose right now. This is really an easy part of this course. There are some challenging segments. In fact, there's about a 4-mile climb at some point. So we are going to be riding some tempo and doing some climbing work and some big gear work. So get yourself mentally prepared for that. And in this video, we have a lot of different camera angles, several GoPros set up, as well as our trailing camera. So let's stay focused on what we're doing here and have a good workout today. So again, small chain ring on the front, around 15 on the back, cadence up there in that 90 to 100 RPM range. If you want to warm up at a higher cadence, absolutely go for it. Intensity wise, we're just warming up, so go to around 70%, 75% of your functional threshold power, somewhere in that zone 2. Cruising along. Looks like we have a tailwind here. Everyone's just rolling along really nice. Nice wide shoulder. The road is really smooth, well maintained. Just a great area to train. It really is. Really enjoy it a lot. Let's get in nice and tight on that wheel in front of us. Again, keep that cadence up. This is a relatively short ride, less than an hour, so take your fluids. You probably don't need any calories. You might, but most people won't need calories on an hour ride. But that's an individual thing, so certainly make sure you're taking some calories an hour or so prior to the workout. And then, of course, your recovery nutrition is really important, so make sure you're taking your carbohydrates and your protein. It looks like we have a turn coming up, so let's move over in that left lane, signal, and let's take that turn. All right, weight that outside pedal. Go over the cattle guard there. And here we go into the park. Coming up on one of our pro riders here, local pro. Really good rider. His name is Danny. And there's Steve. Coming up to the toll gate here. So again, just keep your cadence up. We're still warming up, but you know, we're just going through the toll booth, paying our fee to get in. Everybody has to pay a fee to get in. It says keep that cadence up, 90 to 100 RPMs in that zone 2 somewhere. Heading into the loop now. Gosh, what a great day. What a great day this is to ride. Consider coming out to one of our Vegas training camps where we do this route sometimes twice. And it's just spectacular. Of course, we do more. I mean, we make 60-mile rides out of it. And this is just a part of it, but gosh, what a great training camp, especially for those of you in the upper Midwest or Northeast. All right, here we go. Starting the ride, starting the loop. So you're still warming up, you know, you're still in your small chain ring, you're 15. Keep that cadence nice and high as we get into this loop. And we're going to start going uphill. So as in all these virtual reality workouts, as we go uphill, we are going to change our gearing so that you're pedaling against more resistance. So let's go to the big chain ring, 15 on the back now. So we are starting to climb a little bit. Your cadence will drop, will be 85 to 95 RPMs, but I still want you in that zone 2 to zone 3, somewhere in that high zone 2 range now as we start climbing a little bit. You know, we want to simulate the reality of climbing. So the heart rate will start going up a little bit as your effort goes up. And there's Danny. And we're riding along, getting ready to hit the hills. There's also a lot of traffic back here, especially on weekends. So if you do go out, you make sure you're mindful of that and you're careful, because there's a lot of traffic. A lot of tourists come here and check out the Red Rock Loop. It's just spectacular. See the red rock and the red mountains right up in front of us here. And the roads are in good shape. They really are. There's some areas that aren't, of course, but for the most part, they're in really good shape. And there we are, riding along. Nice cadence, just staying steady, keeping it nice and smooth. Get spread out a little bit on this ride. It's really a challenging ride, so if you're riding with athletes of differing ability levels, you'll find that you spread out, you know, especially when you hit the climb. That kind of separates people. The descents do as well. You know, if you know this area really well, you have a huge advantage. The descents can be pretty hairy. But you just want to have fun, stay safe. No reason to push it too hard and get yourself hurt. It's just about having fun, getting fit, staying safe. And again, these are members of the Lifetime Fitness Cycle Club out of the Summerlin, Nevada location of Lifetime Fitness, one of our Lifetime Athletic centers. And there's also one in Green Valley. and they have cycling programs as well as triathlon programs. So we kind of hit all the bases when it comes to endurance sports training. So if you're in the area, join us. I'm more than happy to have you. Show you the way. Okay, so nice and steady, big chain ring 15. It's not a tremendous climb right now, so we're just nice and steady, a little bit more resistance. If you're on a stationary bike, you want to crank up your resistance level to about a 3. We usually use a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being easy, 5 being really challenging to push those pedals. So right now you're on about a 3. And your intensity, you're about 75 to 80% of your FTP, which is very, very sustainable. But you're riding a little bit of tempo now as we start climbing a little bit more, and you can see Danny here is working a little bit harder. He's got that big gear going, a little bit of a grinding motion there. He's really strong on the bike, so you can imagine how much power he's putting out. If you're using a power meter, you have a distinct advantage because you can measure your performance and track your performance. So it's always a good idea to leverage that power meter. And if you're not using power, certainly you can use heart rate. At the very least, use your cadence meter on your odometer. Cycling odometer. All right, here we go. We're still in that big chain ring 15, nice and steady. You can see the hill tilt up here, and there are the riders. Stand in the pack. You can stand up a little bit if you want, stretch your legs out. Riding safely, 2x2. Nice and steady, nice and steady. So we are into the workout now. You are doing some work. We haven't hit the real hard part of the climb yet, but that's coming up. The harder part, I should say, where things will break up a little bit. But let's just keep it steady. There's some tourists. Look at those mountains. Look at how beautiful it is to the right there. You have a nice bit of climbing here to go up to elevation. There's some pull-outs where cars park. Here's one right here, in fact, on the right. But the group's staying together nicely. There's some other cyclists. Hey, how you doing? Nice steady tempo. Big chain ring 15. Keep that cadence 85 to 95 RPMs. And again, you're in that zone 3 range, somewhere around 75% of your functional threshold power. And of course, you can use your perceived effort as well. Perceived effort, you'd be about 75, 80%. So you're working, but you're not working that hard. You're at a nice, sustainable, and controllable pace. You're not at the limit, that's for sure. But you're pushing it. You're sweating a lot right now, and your heart rate should definitely be up. Okay, here we go. Let's maintain that nice cadence. Nice steady effort. Lots of different camera angles here for you. Looking at different people's butts. Riding steady. You can see the riders starting to work a little bit harder, so we're going to have you shift down to the next lower gear, so it's a little bit more difficult for you, and you're pushing a few more watts as you start to climb here. So let's gradually shift and work a little bit harder, and your cadence should stay in that same range because our power will go up ever so slightly as we ride steady tempo. As you can see, we have different riding styles. We have some really high cadence. Right in front of you. Coming up. Stabilized but fairly high in that tempo zone as you maintain a nice steady cadence. Keep that cadence up around 85 to 95 RPMs, and you can see we're climbing now. Definitely. And if you have to get out of the saddle, go ahead, get out of the saddle, stretch out those legs, stretch out the lower. Let's pick it up a little bit more. Stand up, go down to that 13 on the back. Go ahead, big chain ring 13. You're pushing it now. Your heart rate's starting to go up. Try to stay with these lead riders if you can. Let's push it a little bit more. Come on, let's go. Let's go. A little bit of separation on this steeper part of the hill. Your power zone, probably in low zone 4 now. Low zone 4. Let's pick this up. Let's pick this up. Low 90%. You can see there's separation, so we definitely have a hill. And you can see the riders up ahead. See if you can bridge to them. Keep it steady. Just try to stay seated right now. Big chain ring 13 on the back. Stay seated. You have a high resistance. Your cadence, keep it steady at that 80, 85 RPM range. Good work. You can see the riders here are varying cadence a little bit. You have the rider on the right, higher cadence, rider on the left, a little bit lower, but still producing the same basic result. Keep that upper body nice and relaxed. Big chain ring 13. Keep it steady now. Come on. Steady state effort. We're just getting that heart rate up and nailing it. You're around lactate threshold now. Probably a little bit below it or right at it, because this is definitely one of the harder parts of this 4-mile climb. Good work. Every once in a while, take a sip of your fluids. Again, you probably don't need calories. This ride isn't really long enough, but if you do, that's okay. All right, here's Danny going off the front again, standing up. You can do that as well. Let's stay in the big chain ring 13. Looking good. Let's keep that cadence up. You can see how I'm riding with a fairly high cadence. Getting on Danny's wheel as we climb. And there You have to hydrate out there if you're riding in Vegas, that's for sure. It's hot, it's dry. Looks like we have a little reprieve here going downhill. So that was a really tough section. So now you're in your small chain ring 15, doing a little bit of recovery right now, okay? Let's get that cadence up. Let's let that heart rate come back down a little bit. A little bit of recovery. Easy section here, downhill, a little bit flat. You can see I'm taking a drink. Here's the riders behind us, riding really strong. Nice job, nice job. And again, they're getting their cadence up. So you want to be in that small chain ring 15, and you're doing a little bit of recovery right now, just soft pedaling. You can see us, the other riders way up ahead, and these riders are working on bridging the gap. So doing a good job, staying together, working as a team, working off each other, which is important in any group ride. Communication is too. You know, when you're out riding in a group, you want to make sure that you're communicating to the other riders so they know where you are, how you're feeling, so everybody's nice and safe. All right, bridging the gap to the front group. Nice job. A little soft pedaling going on. Here's Danny bridging the gap here. So he's doing some work. In fact, let's go to the big chain ring 13 now. It's time to go to that bigger gear inch and really push it, because now we're climbing again. You can see separation in our pack once again. So big chain ring 13, and push yourself a little bit more. let's get that heart rate up. Let's get that intensity, those power numbers up in that 90% zone 4 range. Good work, nice and steady. Take a drink if you'd like. Take in some fluids. Okay, let's go back to your big chain ring 15. Hop on this wheel right in front of you. Hop on that wheel. Keep it steady now. You can tell we're just doing, there's not a lot of heart rate variation in this particular section. It's high heart rate. You know, you're up around threshold because that's what you're going to experience if you're actually doing this course, 4 miles worth of it. Steady state. That's going to make you stronger. So keep on working now. Just keep it nice and steady. That's what I love about these long climbs. See that mile marker 4 just went by. Big chain ring 15, let's get to the top here. You'll know when we're going to descend, and that's when you can go to an easier gear inch and get that cadence up. If you need to, you can stand up, stretch it out, stretch out those hamstrings, stretch out that lower back. Looking good. Come on now. Maintain that intensity. Maintain your focus. Right now, it hurts a little bit, I know, because that's the output. That's what you'd be experiencing out here on this hill. And you have to develop that mental toughness, that ability to push yourself and suffer a little bit, especially when you're doing these climbs. What climbing's all about, believe me, it's all about suffering a little bit. Coming up on this white car here. And on the stops, on this pedestrian sign, keep it steady. Big chain ring 15 or pop it down to a slightly more challenging gear, whatever you want to do. Keep that cadence up. Most people find their sweet spot around 80 to 90 RPMs, but that may vary depending on the athlete. Good job, nice and steady. Why don't you stand up right now, stretch the legs out. You see our riders here standing up, trying to get on the wheel of that Corvette right in front of us. Let's go. Let's go. As you can see, I like to stay seated on these long extended climbs. Just really get into a nice rhythm. Standing once in a while, but for the most part staying seated. But standing up, especially when the hill tilts up at an extreme angle, then you have to stand up, absolutely. But typically you'll conserve energy if you stay seated. But it's an acquired skill. You've got to ride a lot like that going uphill, and you just develop this smoothness and efficiency in your pedal stroke. It just takes time, lots of time. Still big chain ring 15 or 13, whatever you want to be in, but you're still working kind of hard. You will get a chance coming up to go to those easier gear inches, and right now, in fact, we're going what it looks like downhill or on the flats. But get ready for the road to really make a downward turn here in the fairly near future. Okay, good work. Here we are at the top, the observation area. So we are done the climb for the most part. Nice job. So you can do a small chain ring now, 15 on the back, and you can start your process of recovering because that was a long climb. And here we are heading back out onto the course after a very short break. And so now we're going to descend. And during our descent, you can be in smaller gear inches and allow yourself to recover. There will be areas where you're going to need to push it. But if you did that right, you just did a nice long tempo effort for the most part. And here we go in our descent. So let's go to our small ring and our 15 or so on the back. And let's get that cadence up. Let's simulate the effort of descending and going at a high cadence and pushing a little bit of resistance right now, but not a ton. We may change gears here in a little bit. But let's get that cadence up and get ready to bomb downhill pretty fast. You can see it up ahead. The hill goes down, and you can see far off in the distance. That's where we're going down. We're going to be descending that area. It's just spectacular. It's beautiful. So you're in your small chain ring and your high cadence, 90 to 100 RPMs, and you're in upper zone 2, low zone 3 now. Heart rate's recovered a little bit, probably dropped 15 to 25 beats depending on your fitness level. And now we're really descending fast. All right, looking good. Let's keep that cadence up. As we descend, we're going to pretend we're pedaling fast. So keep that cadence up. Small chain ring 15. We're going around 35 miles per hour down this hill. So let's keep our wits about us. And strong. High cadence, small chain ring 15. Zone upper 2, low zone 3, and your 90 to 100 RPMs. Keep up the pressure. You know, I want you to be pedaling for the full duration of this workout. There's really no point in coasting there on the trainer. Let's get as much quality as possible. So make sure you are pedaling, even if it's low zone 2. Make sure you're still doing some work. Again, if you've never ridden out in Vegas in this area, come on out and join us for our camp. We do it in February, end of February typically, or early March. Or rather mid-March, and it's just a great experience. You can visit or Google the Las Vegas Endurance Camp by Lifetime Fitness to learn more and to register for a great 3 days of training, camaraderie, social events, education and just relaxation and fun. Really great experience. Here we are descending, still going downhill really fast. You can see we're not even pedaling. We're hitting it so hard. But you want to be pedaling at home, small chain ring 15, and maintain that higher cadence. Keep it nice and steady. Going around this corner. Remember, weight the outside pedal when you're going around these fast bends like this. Weight that outside pedal. You don't want those wheels slipping out on you. Looking good. Looking good. Get that cadence up. Small chain ring 15 on the back. Cadence up. 90 to 100. If you're an overachiever, bring it 100 to 110. We are going fast right now, probably approaching 40 miles per hour going down this section. Keep that cadence up really nice and high, up to 110 RPMs. Whoosh, whoosh. There goes Danny. He's a sprinter. Watch him go. He's getting really low and arrow. Okay, here we go. We're going up a little bit of a hill, so let's crank it. Big chain ring on the front. Let's go down to that 12 on the back. And why don't you stand up? Let's stretch those legs out. This is actually a steep hill on this course, and you really need to work this piece. So let's get up. Big chain ring on the front, 12 on the back, and just crank it up. You can see everyone standing up. When you know how to ride this loop, you can use your momentum and take full advantage of it, and that's what Danny did. So if you ever go out and ride this, it's a really fun section. But stand up, crank it up. It's a short but very steep hill. I think they call it the wall, and it'll really kick your butt. And your heart rate goes way up. You're probably hitting those power numbers up in that zone 6 range, and that's okay. And then you come down the other side. So let's go back down to your big chain ring and 15, and we'll be going back downhill here in a second. As the group gets back together. Nice job, nice job. All right, going back down the hill again. It's pretty fast. It goes pretty steep. So let's go back to those easier gear inches and really ramp up that cadence. Let's go small chain ring 15. And you can see we're recovering here, just bombing down this steep descent. So let's get that cadence up, 100 to 110 RPMs. You know, we're resting here in the video a little bit, but let's work it at home. We want to maintain the quality of your session, so keep that cadence up. Nice work. That's all the athletes regroup. Really steep downhill section here. Keep that cadence up. Small ring 15. Coming around this bend. Please don't leave. Go anywhere. Car. Okay. Good. Thank you. All right. Coming around the bend here. Picking up speed. More speed, actually. Yeah, we're going fast. Okay. So small chain ring 15. And get that cadence up. Let's try to stay on these wheels. Look. See there? We're working it too. Now if you go to the big chain ring 15, since we are working, and let's try to stay on wheels, let's go big chain ring 15, push the watts up, and let's get up in that zone 4 range, and let's just stay on wheels. We can't let those wheels go, because once we lose a wheel, we're off the back for good. So keep that in mind. Good work, good work. There's Danny. He's cranking it down the hill. Going pretty fast right now. Probably going approaching 40 miles per hour, if not even a little bit faster than that. So go back down, small chain ring 15. Watch out for the cars in this area. During the weekends, it can be really crowded, so you need to be really careful in this fast descending area. And here we go again, small chain ring 15. Let's pick up that cadence as we're bombing down this hill and everybody's having fun. Hitting the wheel, getting that slipstream, slingshotting through. This is fun doing this. Good work. Get that cadence up. 100 to 110 RPMs. Try to get back on that wheel in front of us and use them a little bit to help us do a little bit of work. Small chain ring 15, 110 RPMs. Keep it going. Going down this hill really fast. We want you doing some work at home. No point in pedaling at these speeds. You're not going to go any faster. But as it flattens out, and you need to maintain speed, you need to start pedaling again and doing some work. Everyone's doing a really nice job. This is a really experienced group of riders, and you can tell how they are that, in fact, because of the way they're switching positions very effectively. They're very safe. We're not watching any wheels cross. It's just a very smooth transition from person to person up in the front. So definitely a really good group of riders with lots of experience riding together. One thing about the Summerlin Lifetime Cycle Club is they are a very tight community, and they ride twice a week, if not more, together. And they just really know how to ride well. Their leader, Pat, has done a great job educating and helping everyone understand how to ride a bike in a pack. And here you are on my wheel as we ride along. And we're just rolling along at a nice steady pace. Get that cadence up there with me, probably around 95 RPMs. I like to be between 85 and 90 or 80 to 90, depending on the kind of ride in the course. Let's see, everyone's switching up here. This is really good. Nice smooth transition. Very good, guys. Look at this. Everyone's working with each other. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's keep that cadence up. We're still riding small chain ring 15 as we pull through. And everybody's doing a nice job taking a pull and rotating through the pace line. Good work. And we're going pretty fast. We're going 35 miles per hour, so let's keep that cadence up. And let's stay in that zone 3 range if you can. We're still working this. Beautiful Las Vegas scenery here in the scenic Red Rock Loop Park. I'm stretching my legs out a little bit. I love riding out here. Just love it. You can stand up too. If you want to go bigger chain ring, big chain ring 15, stretch your legs out, stand up. Go ahead, why don't you do that now? You know, you are working a little bit, so you're still zone 3. You can see I'm working. Stay on my wheel. Here Danny is coming up on the wheel. Good work, you guys. Good work. Always stay alert, right? You're always looking around, making sure you know where everybody is. Communicating to your fellow athletes out there. That's how you stay safe when you're in a pack riding situation. Good work. We're actually getting towards the end of this loop. It's been a pretty quick workout, huh? Challenging workout. Your heart rate should have been pegged at that tempo zone for most of this, in fact, with a couple recovery sections, but you've been working it, and you still are. Big chain ring 15. Keep that cadence up. Stay on my wheel. Good stuff, good stuff. I really appreciate the good efforts these athletes put in for this day. They did a great job. Keep working now, keep working. Big chain ring 15, probably high zone 3, low zone 4. Keep that heart rate up there. This is 50 or so minutes of high quality training. Doing your tempo work. Really important session. And let's finish it out strong. We don't have a whole lot more time here, but let's finish this workout nice and strong. Come on, nice and steady, nice and steady. We actually have a number of camps out here in the Southwest during the winter months, February and March primarily, but Scottsdale, Arizona, as well as Tucson, Arizona, long-standing camp in Tucson. Some of you may have done the Mount Lemon ride we did as a virtual ride several years ago. What a great camp that is. It's one of my longest running camps, probably about 15 years doing that one now, and just always a good time riding in Tucson, Arizona, and then of course Scottsdale, which is a beautiful area. Been doing that for several years, and the Vegas camp. So lots of winter training opportunities in the desert under the bright sunshine for anybody who wants to escape the winter cold and snow. All right, still working this. Come on, keep it up. Keep that cadence up. Keep that focus up, right? Got to keep that focus up. Stay in the moment. Let's finish this strong. You have a few more minutes of work, and then you're done. A few more minutes of work, and then you're done. Looks like we're slowing down a little bit for this car. But you can keep riding big chain ring 15 or so in the back. Keep working this. Good work, good work. Keep it up, nice steady tempo, nice steady tempo. Every once in a while you can stand up, stretch it out. A few more minutes of work. And then you can celebrate by having a protein shake. Good recovery nutrition immediately after this session. If you're a triathlete, you might want to go for a run after this. Get that brick workout done. Go out for a solid 20 to 30 minute run immediately after this session. It'll do a lot for your transition from the bike to the run on race day. All right, here we go. Keep it steady. Why don't you do the same? Why don't you go to your small chain ring on the front, your 15 on the back. Bring that cadence down a little bit. Let that heart rate start recovering down into zone 2. We're getting towards the end of the ride. You can see the main road out up ahead. And we're almost done the loop. We almost did the whole thing here. So let's get that cadence down and start spinning those legs out. and we're just rolling back in. So small chain ring, 15. Just chill out now. Shake the legs out a little bit. Loosen them up. Let them get loose. Start to hydrate. You did a great job. It's a fast workout, isn't it? Get a lot of benefit from that kind of session where you're doing that steady tempo. Of course, you should do some of the intervals as well. You need to do power intervals. You need to do threshold intervals and everything. But this kind of workout's a little bit different. Offers a little bit more of variety. And of course, you also have to do your long aerobic endurance rides. But, that's the key, right? Keeping it fresh, keeping things changed up and interesting, doing several different types of workouts and working all the different energy systems. That's what makes for better athletes. And you'll get stronger if you do that. There's Steve. We call him the Diesel because he can just nail a really steady tempo pace off the front and just hold that for almost hours. At every training camp, he does a great job at that. And here we go, back into the park. Soft pedal right now. Left turn. And start to relax. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. All right, awesome job. That was a fantastic ride here at the Red Rock Loop. And these guys, you did a fantastic job as well. This workout was one where you really varied your intensity and tempo throughout. We had some great climbs where you're at your threshold. We had some sprinting where you were well above your threshold. Just a lot of variety. And let me tell you, it was a tough day. It's over 100 degrees here in Vegas and the wind is howling. I bet you it's 30-mile-per-hour winds. But we had a great workout and I hope you did too. Please make sure that one day you come out here to one of our training camps, our lifetime winter training camps here in Summerlin, Nevada. I know you'll have a fantastic time. Till we train together next time, train safe and train smart.